we're going to be giving a full update of what we have been doing so far, what we have done so far. Most of the updates we have been given on our community calls every Friday is mostly on the current DevNet that we have been working on. So I think what we can do today, we're going to start. We're going to give like a 3 minutes overview of the previous DevNets that we have worked on to the current DevNet that we're currently on. So I think what we're going to do is, Shaibu, are you here?
Yes.
Yeah, so Shaibu are going to give us update on DevNet 0 and 1. Is Kinsley here?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, so Kinsley, you are going to give us update on the overview rather on DevNet 2, and then Bankat and Dimka will give us update on the current DevNet, which is DevNet 3. So we're going to start in that particular order. So starting from DevNet 0 and 1. Over to you, Shaibu.
Alright, so GM everyone. Yeah, so basically for the updates for DevNet 0, DevNet 0 was the point where we laid out the foundations basically to start development basically for Gean. So for DevNet 0, that's when we where we did the implementation for the type system for the clients, and also establish the foundations of the networking part from the gossip side of things to discovery also, and and a couple of other implementations there, basically establishing the foundations to actually start building from the ground up basically. And then for DevNet 1 is the stage where we had to start integrating or provide implementation for LeanSeek basically. So basically we had to uh, that was the point where we had to do key generation, XMSS key generation to be specific, key generation, message signing, and also signature verification. All those functionalities was provided by the LeanSeek crate, though it was actually written in Rust. So we had to write like a library crate that would actually interact with that LeanSeek crate and then expose those functions as a kind of FFI functions. And then on the part of our clients, we had Go bindings that could call this function for XMSS key generation, message signing, and also, of course, signature verification. So for DevNet 1, we established those foundations basically in DevNet 1 basically. So those are some of the notable, I would say, implementation that happened for DevNet 1 basically. Yeah, so will I say in a summary or from a very high level perspective, that is it. Yeah, pass back to uh Lance.
Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, so basically that was like the update for the previous DevNet before. Those are like the foundational DevNet 0 and DevNet 1. I think the next DevNet after DevNet 1 is DevNet 2. So I think Kinsley is here to give us updates on DevNet 2.
Right, yeah. So on DevNet 2, it was actually a build-up from DevNet 1, whereby from DevNet 1 we have the LeanSeek implemented for basically message signing. And then for DevNet 2, one of the core objectives was to implement lean multisig. Yes, and lean multisig is just basically what helps to be able to aggregate those signatures that were generated by the lean sig in DevNet 1. And also, one of the core things we also did in DevNet 2 was to actually establish a baseline for lean metrics, which is basically for performance metrics of that particular signature that has been aggregated. And one of the things we also achieved was to do a test with a validator count of 400. Yes, basically doing a test to see how Gean will basically perform to that extent. And we encountered some little issues, and yeah, along the line, we got that fixed. Let me just maybe just do a little a rundown of what we were able to do in DevNet 2 completely. So one of the things, like I made mention, the lean multisig. So the implementation for lean multisig involves we writing some FFI functions that will basically be which Gean will basically be consuming using Go bindings, and the FFI functions will basically be interacting with the lean multisig itself. Yeah, we're able to achieve that. That is as per the DevNet 2 spec. And then on the side of the lean metrics, what we're able to do is to basically set up our Prometheus and Grafana so that we can be able to see how long it took for the signature to be aggregated. And in DevNet 2, that was when we actually did the multi-client interop, yes, with Gean alongside other clients. And yes, we're able to see Gean performing or communicating with the other clients. And yeah, so basically that's like the rundown of what we're able to do in DevNet 2, which was a build up from DevNet 1. Yes, I pass it back to you, Longs.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So yeah, those were the previous DevNet that we have completed. DevNet 0, DevNet 1, and DevNet 2. We are currently, or today we rounded up work on DevNet 3. So we should be starting DevNet 4 by next week. So I think Dimka and Shaibu are here to give us updates on what we have done on DevNet 3. DevNet 3 was, it actually took longer than expected. There were a lot of, tricky parts in making sure that, our implementation is, lean spec compliant. So there have been a lot of, back and forth with, PR reviews, fixing bugs, making sure that Gean is working well with the other clients. So yeah, Dimka and Bankard, you can give us updates on definitely.
Okay. Thank you, Longs. Happy Eid al-Fitr to everyone on the call. So DevNet 3 actually came with a different twist. There where we had like separation of concerns. Previous DevNets, the same validator, which was the proposer, was the one still, same validator was still aggregating those attestations from different attesters. Flooding in the network, which was quite bad, and also causing a little bit latency, whereby the attestations, there is aggregation for the attestation, was spanning almost to the next interval. Like we already knew, like for the previous DevNets, the slot interval was 4 seconds. Or coming to DevNet 3, we now have 3 different rules. We have the validator, which is a proposer. We have a tester rule, and we also have the new guy, the aggregator rule. So what happens is the proposer proposes a block. We have aggregators, and then there's also an introduction of subnetting. There's having different subnets where different attesters belong to their individual subnets. And for each subnet, there's virtually one validator, which is the aggregator, to aggregate those votes for each subnet and then sends them to the signed aggregated attestations envelope for the next proposer to pick that particular block. So there are different changes, like from the networking, the whole logic and stuff. So for DevNet 3 now, we did now introduce the concept of five five intervals per slot compared to the four intervals in the previous DevNet. So for this particular one, we now have for the first interval where the proposer builds and propagates the block. The next interval, attestations are being made. Then the third interval where we have the aggregators aggregating those attestations. And for the fourth interval, we have the safe target updates. And then finally, the last interval where those attestations are being accepted and then the fork choice is being updated at that particular point. So basically, there has been back and front, especially for DevNet 3. This is the first time we're plugging Gean for interrupt. So some little back and front engineering, and then getting to see some errors or some mismatches that we weren't getting while doing self-interrupt, until when we now did multi-client interrupt with other clients. So basically, what we've done so far in DevNet 3. So I don't know, Dinka, if you have anything to add, if there's something I might have forgotten.
Yeah, Dimka.
I think Banker have actually said most of what we have done in DevNet 3. But I think one of the things we also did was, okay, there was this new topic that was introduced, just like he said, because in previous DevNet, we only had two topics, attestations and then blocks. But in DevNet 3, attestation was also changed, and then attestation subnet was also introduced for those different aggregators that have been divided into subnet. And then also, for the multi-client interrupt, we had some issues like that, which we fixed. And I think one of the things we didn't get right was the syncing, because the way we implemented it was, when it just joined the network, it will automatically connect with a node and then sync. But I think we have updated that so that it can do that and also do a checkpoint sync. So I think basically that's what we have done for DevNet 3. I pass it back to you, boss.
Yeah, thank you so much. So yes, basically the TLDR is, we have been, have been progressing well with the DevNet. So for the people that don't know what DevNet is, ultimately the goal is to, be on mainnet, but you don't just go to mainnet like that. You start from DevNet, then from DevNet to testnet, then from testnet you go to mainnet. So we're going to be having like a lot of these iterations of DevNet. So we are now done with DevNet 3. The next DevNet should be DevNet 4. So Shaibu, can you give us a brief overview of DevNet 4 so that the community will be aware of what we're going to be working on moving forward? Shaibu or Dimka, any one of you can pick that.
I guess Shaibu is not on the call. So I don't know if you can hear me. Hello,
Yes,
everyone.
go ahead.
Okay. Yes. So pick up. So Basically, so picking up from DevNet 4. So in DevNet 4 is introducing us to recursive signature aggregation. So what do I mean by that? So in DevNet 3 currently, the way it's being modeled is those aggregators who collect those attestations. What they do is they just do a naive concatenation of the attestations. But moving forward to DevNet 4, DevNet 4 is introducing the concept of recursive signature aggregation for those attestations that were collected by the aggregators. So just in brief, that is what we'll be expecting for DevNet 4.
Yeah, thank you so much. So by next week, we're going to start doing our research for DevNet 4. We're going to be studying the specification and basically anything that is involved in DevNet 4 so that we are going to be done with that particular DevNet. Yeah, so far so good. Everything is going well. It has been a lot of learning moment as well, right? So yeah, so far so good. Gean is open source. Anybody can take a look at what we're doing. You can also contribute to it. So we're welcoming everybody to be part of what we're doing. And if there's any question, you can as well ask here or equally ask in the TG group. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm missing anything for today. I'm not sure. Is there any question here? Yeah, Kinsley.
All right, so this is just in addition to what we are also doing at Gean. So we have this tool called LeanVis, and it's actively in development as the DevNet progresses also. So what LeanVis does is it helps to visualize the whole activity going on in the Lean consensus client itself. So both as a self client or the multi-client interop. LeanVis will help you to be able to visualize everything instead of you having to stick your eyes to the logs. And for those who are not really technical, it will be a big problem for them to actually understand what's going on. But with LeanVis, you can actually see all the activities that's been going on in the network itself, and then you can have a very good understanding of what is going on. So for LeanVis, it's currently working perfect in DevNet 2, and it's also been worked on for DevNet 3. Like I said, as the DevNet progresses, we'll also be making incremental developments on that also. Yeah, so that's just what I needed to add.
Yeah, and I think we need to introduce LeanVis to Zim. I think
Yes,
Zim have they are the team that merge it lambda's tool on Lean Quick Start, right? Is it Lean Quick Start or Lean? Yeah, Lean Quick Start. Is that correct?
yeah, yes, link quick.
Yeah, so I think we need to introduce that to the Zim team so that if it is something that will be helpful to the entire ecosystem, that it can be merged into that particular tool, so that we shouldn't be the only one using or enjoying that particular tool.
Yes, sure.
Yeah, so I need to also mention that Gean is written in Rust and Golang. So if you have experience in either Golang or Gean, I think it's you can take a look at the code base and see how how it works, and then how you can also contribute to it. There's a lot of things that we're going to improve on Gean, because one of our major principles at Gean is subtraction over addition. I think some part of the code base is still a little bit bloated, but then we're moving very fast. So
Yeah.
There are items that we are leaving them for later. But yeah, we need the code base to be more linear, to be more modular and more readable, right? So if you look at the code base is very, very readable. You can easily know what's happening, and that is very, very intentional from our end. Our goal is to make sure that anybody can read and understand what's happening on Gean. We're still going to be improving that. We're still going to make it to be very, very readable, very, very modular, and very, very portable. So yeah, I think that is it.
Okay. Yes, I think we have a question by Emmanuel Ifedora. Yeah, so the answer to your question is the DevNets are specifically or explicitly specified. Yes. So it's not the individual teams that actually decide on what goes into each DevNet. Yeah, there is a call that usually happens every week where all the client teams join the call and then get involved in the discussion of Lean Ethereum itself. And that is where also the discussion for the DevNet also happen. So it is explicitly specified. I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah, that answered my question. Thanks for
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. I think can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I think somebody is trying to ask a question. I went offline for some seconds.
Okay, yes, that was Emmanuel, and I gave the answer to the question already.
Okay. Yeah. Is there any other question? Oh, we're good. Or is there anything from the engineers? Is there anything that we're missing? Where is Sylvester? Sylvester here. Are we missing anything, Sylvester?
Yeah, no, I think we're good. We've given most of the updates that we've been working on. So yeah, all good for mine.
All right. Yeah. So thank you everyone for joining today's call. We're already excited about the next DevNet, which is DevNet 4. We're going to be keeping you posted with our progress and challenges as well. Thank you everyone for joining. Bye.
Yeah, cheers, everyone.
Yeah, cheers.